I am so excited and honored that Jenna and Sue of the Reklaws were able to hang out with me this morning on Pure Country. How are you guys?
Doing well. Happy to be here.
And whereabouts are you guys right now? Because last time I saw you, we were all in Toronto celebrating the Winters of Beach Whirlwind Weekend Tour.
Yeah. Yeah, we are back in Nashville. We got here, it was like sunny and beautiful, and now it's like might be a tornado. So
yeah. That's Tennessee weather, everyone. So are you guys working on new music now?
Yes.
Yes. It's writing season now, you know. It's funny. It's like summer shows, fall is writing season, and shows in the winter, and then writing again. So it's exciting times.
So awesome. Well, speaking of new music, and I feel like it really kind of goes hand in hand with some of the songs that you guys have been putting out recently that have been so honest and open and just important messages that go along with it. And that's just in the music you guys have been releasing as artists. But now you have joined 50 Canadian artists for the Artists for Feel Out Loud. Such an amazing initiative with Kids Help Phone. The song is called What I Wouldn't Do, North Star Calling. How did this even come together? Because when I first heard about it, I was like, this is amazing. The song is incredible. And the people that are a part of it are great. But how does that work? Actually, just like getting the call to be a part of something like this?
Honestly, it was just such an honor to get that call. I think it made us feel really cool to feel like we could get up with all those other artists and sing that song with them. And I mean, it takes a lot of organizing, a lot of people sacrificing time and energy and putting it into this beautiful song. And I mean, it was really cool to be a part of.
Yeah, we gave it like an hour and a half of our time that day. And like, it was, for us, it was 2 lines, which is great. Like everybody, I think, had like 1 or 2 lines pretty much of the 50 artists, which was very cool. I actually, for the first time, watched the video this morning. It was amazing. But
so cool.
The people there were clearly just going at it for like 3 days straight, like start at 7 a.m. and go till 10 p.m. Like they just didn't stop. So you can tell how much energy and focus is put into it, and it's paying off in the video for sure.
And so all the proceeds from the song are going to be donated to Kids Help Phone, which, for anyone who doesn't know a lot about Kids Help Phone, it's one of the most incredible programs. And you can learn more obviously at kidshelpphone.ca, but this Feel Out Loud campaign with Kids Help Phone is the largest youth mental health movement like in Canadian history. And I'll be honest, as an adult now, looking back to like when I was a kid, I wish I had have known that these kind of tools were out there for kids, because I really wasn't aware of programs like this as a kid. So the fact that, you know, a song like this and just a movement like this is being spoken so loudly, I think you guys can probably agree, being kids at some point in your life, like, do you wish you had have known more about Kids Help Phone then?
Yeah, and I just think therapy and asking for help in general is becoming okay to do. Yeah, and I think the more that we can talk about it, like this movement is just it's such an honor to be a part of, because I honestly didn't really have a great idea of how many kids are reaching out for help on a daily basis. And I didn't realize it until we were there singing, and everyone working there was so informative, and you could tell the meaning behind why they were there that day. And it came through everybody. And it was like, it didn't feel like, okay, they're putting in their time to do this as a job. It was like, no, they're doing this for these kids. And to be a part of that was wild. And yeah, of course, growing up, I mean, of course. And to get this out and for people to know about it is really important.
So important. And I actually rewatched an interview we did when you guys released your Pack of Songs with Good Old Days album. And Jenna, you said something that, like, you know, yes, music is supposed to be a party and it's supposed to be fun and an escape, but it's also supposed to be something that can kind of bring everyone together, where we go like, oh, we're all feeling this, or we've all felt this and we're not alone. And to be a part of this with like 50 other artists who have so many different fan bases and reach young, old fans, even though, yes, this is for Kids Help Phone, even as an adult, I'm listening to it going like, man, I'm like doing a therapy session today, because I'm like, yes, we need to like talk more about this and be more comfortable with going, sometimes we need to ask for help.
Yeah. And I think a vulnerable, the younger generation, I think it's hard for them sometimes to stand up and sit and be vulnerable and say they're hurting and ask for help. And I think when they can see somebody that they look up to taking a stand and telling them it's okay, I think that's amazing.
What does it mean to you guys as artists? Because obviously you've had a lot of cool things happen in your career, in your life. But to get to do something like this and really give back, you hear a lot of people say that's why when you get to a certain point in your career, it becomes even more special. Is this something that you guys, want to do more of?
Definitely. Yeah. Like even our song, People Don't Talk About, every time we played it on tour, for the Winter at the Beach tour, people reach out every single day, like the day after, being like, hey, I'm going through a time right now. What you said last night changed my life. I can only imagine what this will do with this Kids Helpful Phone initiative. Like, it's just like, we had some people reach out when it released yesterday, even being like, you guys are amazing. Congratulations. Like, keep on doing this. And like Jenna, like you said, party is a great thing for country music, especially, but if you can't affect somebody's lives in a positive way or just make them feel like they're not alone, I think that's like a huge, massive reason why we do this. So
absolutely. Well, I definitely think that this is like one of the coolest songs I was like dancing to it in my living room with my son the other day, just listening to it, just jamming out. And I'm like, it's such a feel-good song, but the message is also so important. Like, I hope everyone really sits down and like watches the video and listens to it. What was the like shooting process for? Like, what was it like shooting this? Like, did you guys get to see everyone, or how did that work?
It was kind of, they did it over the course of 2 days, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So they had coming in and out. We had like a time slot.
Yeah.
But we came in and we saw some artists and they was like in and out. Like we ran into Sasha like as we were filming it. And then as we finished, we ran into Mackenzie Porter. It was like
they got the country out of the way.
Yeah.
They were like, we'll bring the country kids in together. It's usually when things are a little more wild.
Tame them a bit.
No, yeah, we were in, like I said, like an hour, but those people, they worked all day long. Like, it was for sure like 20-hour days. Like, they were going at it.
Ah, that's so awesome. Do you guys feel now, like, obviously you've probably written a lot of songs that are maybe more like People Don't Talk About, or songs like this, What I Wouldn't Do. Have you guys felt more inclined to write more music that really kind of is honest and talks about the harder things?
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed I have like a list of songs ideas in my phone, and I've noticed a lot of the titles that like I'm just coming up with are so to do with all of that. And I think it's because I'm trying to work through my own feelings with all of it. Like, losing our mom to mental health this year, I think has really just triggered like a new part of like what I want to talk about and how important it is to talk about. And I mean, it's a struggle every day for us. And I think the more that I can get out, I feel like I have to start to look at it as an opportunity to talk to people that could be going through the same things. I think you're given things sometimes that you don't want, but it's kind of like your calling. And I feel like this could be part of ours.
And knowing that you guys have the opportunity to help someone, but also having met your mom, I think I can't even imagine how proud she would be of you guys to be doing this right now and helping the younger generation or whoever is, going through something difficult. I'm not going to cry on here with you, but I just feel so honored to get to like witness the growth that you guys have had and these important moments that you guys have had, and just how strong you both are and inspiring. And like, I can't even imagine as a young kid, maybe someone who's like in the music, wanting to be in the music industry, getting to look up to the two of you and just go, wow, like these two are just incredible.
So nice. I think I've said to Stu a couple times, I feel like when that first happened with our mom, the number one thing I wanted to do was talk to someone who had gone through the same thing. Mm-hmm. And it was so hard to find. I couldn't find anybody. Yeah. I didn't know who to turn to because I don't know. No one talks about it. Right. Ooh, I didn't cry either.
No.
I was not planning on doing that.
Not to get super deeper, like specific, but like our mom had struggled with this her entire life. So in my like young high school years, I would have loved to have had a source like this.
Yeah.
And I didn't, or I think I knew about it, but I was too shy and nobody told me about it. So I just stayed away from it and just swept it under the rug, you know? So it's something I hope that a lot of kids can start really taking to their advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm going to be honest, I've been struggling a lot over the last little while, and I work in an industry, as you guys know, and have probably dealt with so much lately that it's like, do you talk about how you're struggling, or do you just smile and put on a happy face and pretend like everything's okay? Because once you open that door, you know, you deal with that all the time. And I just like hope that everyone who is hearing about this initiative and this program and this song and watching this, that like they know you do not have to struggle alone, and you're not alone. And like asking for help is not a weakness thing. It is so strong, even though it's so hard to do. And like, even just getting to talk to you guys about this, I feel like is healing in such a big way. So I love you guys.
Helped so much. Like even this morning I was like, feel like I'm struggling, and I'm just like want to come on here and like put makeup on and like be like this happy.
This is me. I'm like partially put together because, you know, I think this movement, and especially for you guys being a part of it, I don't think anyone realizes how special that must be for you guys, but also difficult, because it does probably make you check in with yourself and go like, oh, wow, have we, you know, taken a moment to see how we're both doing lately? Or are we just kind of flying through everything and getting so, you know, past that point of like, do we need to talk about what we're dealing with? And I think this song's such a good reminder. I'm sure it was for you guys too.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much. What I Wouldn't Do, North Star Calling, Artists for Feel Out Loud. The Reklaws are a part of it with 50 other incredible Canadian artists. And I hope everyone visits kidshelpphone.ca to learn more, and you can donate and just use this song and this movement as a reminder to ask for help if you need it and speak out. And it just is such a cool thing that you guys are a part of. Thank you guys for joining us.